I was hired as a table tennis background actor for not only a super cool music video that shot all over Brooklyn, but also for the feature film Marty Supreme, where I got to see the action up close in person, hit cross-court with director Josh Safdie, meet former world number one Timo Boll, play with Timothée Chalamet's stand-in, hang out with cool friends, and even got a brief appearance on screen in the final cut. So first things first, go to your favorite platform and check out the band Slow Collision and the song Table Tennis. And then watch the film Marty Supreme by Josh Safdie and A24 Films. These are two of the highest pieces of creative art based on table tennis to come out in a really long time, maybe ever. Nick, the creative force behind Slow Collision, and the film crew, including director Logan K. Triplett, set up Nick on guitar and myself and Catalina on the table for the first shots. This is when I first experienced movie magic. Look and listen closely, and you'll notice Nick is strumming and singing twice as fast as normal. So in the final film, the video can be in slow motion while still visually matching the original music for a super cool dramatic effect. For the final scene of the music video, we brought in Lester and headed to the pier for an opposite twist of the movie magic. The crew set up the lights, camera, and framing. In the final film, the table tennis in this scene was sped up, while maintaining the proper guitar strum and singing speed, creating a climactic energy matching the climax of the music. I'm happy to report that Nick got more into playing table tennis after completing the music video, and made some impressive progress in a short time.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a quick disclaimer on what I'm going to share with you. This video is very much about my own journey, the people I personally know who were involved, and my connections to them. For me, the most special part of being involved was that I did it alongside a number of good friends. And if you're a table tennis player, or even a curious casual viewer, you may find it interesting to see how many background actors in this film are actually highly skilled players, and you'll get to see them in action a little bit off screen. It all started with an open casting call seeking hardbat players local to New York with a USATT rating above 1600. I submitted for the role, was selected, and attended a hardbat boot camp where we practiced on a 1950s style table with classic hardbats and old 38mm celluloid balls. This is where my buddy Jerome, who was also selected for the film, and I first met world number one Timo Boll, Olympian Wei Wong, and Diego Schaff. Diego has been a cinematic table tennis advisor on most feature films over the last 30 years that featured table tennis. This is Diego hiding under a head bandage in Forrest Gump. He also advised on Balls of Fury. Here is Wei Wong as a nun, and Diego as a priest. And we get an appearance of Diego as the umpire being screamed at in Marty Supreme. At the boot camp, Diego paired me with Alan Wong as my on-screen playing partner. Alan's a former U.S. national team member and a very friendly guy. Alan and I had a practice session before the filming, and while our playing didn't make the final cut in the film, we still had a great time hitting. Maybe some of Alan's shots were just too modern for 1952. I went to a fitting and got costumed up as a 1952 British table tennis team player for the UK tournament scene. Stepping on set for the first time and being transported back to 1952 felt surreal and incredible. We sat in old wooden seats among the smoky stands and watched the action unfold. One of the absolute coolest things was watching Timo Boll mime shots and rallies with Timothée Chalamet. Timo was very friendly and easygoing. This photo is one of my favorites, Director Josh Safdie walked by, saw us all chatting, and said, "This is a great picture." The neat part about it is you can see the figure of Josh and his shadow snapping this photo. In the red shirt, representing Team Hong Kong, is Jason Wong, former professional Chinese player for the Hebei provincial team. He is an extremely skilled player and owner of Origin Table Tennis Academy in Queens. Jason has coached me for a long time, and I've enjoyed coaching him on his musical journey.
What happened? Why'd the song stop?
Back there wearing blue and representing Czechoslovakia is Paralympic gold medalist Tal Leibowitz. He is an insightful coach, extremely patient and fun practice partner, and the author of several great table tennis books, including The Book of Tal, a book which I was honored to design and lay out. This book is the fascinating story of how Tal grew up homeless and rose to become an athletic gold medalist champion. Next up is this man in the orange shirt playing behind Koto and representing Team Cambodia. This is Jerome Valor. He's coached several collegiate teams and has a killer forehand shot. I love practicing with Jerome. And he's great with the little kids, who love his mini paddle. Standing in the background of this office scene is Rose. Rose is the social media rep for Podplay, the software company behind PingPod's tech side. She was one of the first players to rep my Planet Pong shirts. Thanks, Rose.
Is it a problem?
This office scene is where I pop up in the background.
Don't. I'm so sorry it doesn't meet your high standards.
Now I'll tell you something cool.
I'm so sorry it doesn't.
There was more that happened in this office scene that didn't make the final film. I was asked to start an argument with this man who was sitting next to Marty in the office. Our argument takes place at the office bulletin board, which I was really hoping would make the final cut, because listed on this bulletin board were all of the actual real names of the table tennis background players in the tournament scene. It would have made a really cool Easter egg for keenly perceptive viewers to notice. The semifinals is a great scene in the final film, and to watch the action, I had a nice seat here, sitting next to my UK teammate Dave Katz. Dave is a very experienced player that owns Hudson River Pickle in New Jersey. This may be sad news for some of you, but the ball in these highly technical exhibition rallies is CGI.
The work to make the thing look real, as you said, there's a CGI component.
Timothy Chalamet and director Josh Safdie
Players is harder to do with a ball than it is without a ball.
have both openly said this in interviews, so it's no secret. It was surprisingly entertaining to watch Diego advise these two great actors to play out these amazingly intricate points with no ball in sight. And the VFX team did an incredible job including the ball later. I can also tell you that the crew loved playing between takes, on the rare occasion that they had some downtime. When they shifted the lights and cameras over to the bleachers to get shots of Gwyneth Paltrow sitting in the audience, I took that chance to have some fun hitting with Timothy's stand-in. And then another super cool experience. I got to hit cross-court on the table with director Josh Safdie. He loves playing, and his skills are pretty good. Seated behind Bella is Aga. Aga is an experienced coach and very tricky long pips player. Another hidden player is Adam Hugh. Adam coached my team in the Puerto Rico Open Teams Tournament and has personally coached me a number of times at his home club in New Jersey. In addition to being a former U.S. national team member and U.S. national champion, he is the head coach for the MLTT team New York Slice. His enthusiasm for the sport is strong, and his skills are ridiculous. The dapper-looking guy standing off to the right is Richard Jin. Richard is my weekly training partner and has a heck of a strong forehand. We were also teammates in the George Braithwaite League, where you see him playing against someone that ought to look familiar to you. This is Sho, and you saw him on screen multiple times as Kodo's coach. There are other people I could tell you about, like Wen, Suchi from Spin, Austin from Bryant Park, and Stefan from the West Coast, but I don't have any footage to do them a decent job. There's one last person I definitely want to mention. Snuck in the bottom row, on the German team, is Assistant Director Bobby Johnson. Bobby is the person who chose me to walk through the background in the office scene and have an argument about the bulletin board with the man. Bobby saw my little improv argument in the office and was very encouraging. He said, "Hey, you should think about joining the Actors Union and doing this more often." I took his advice, joined the union, and have since had the opportunity to portray a journalist in Devil Wears Prada 2, a news camera operator in an upcoming Cameron Diaz movie, a spectator in the new Rocky film, and this one is super cool, an F-18 fighter jet pilot in the upcoming Steven Spielberg movie Disclosure Day, where to my delight, I ran into Bobby on set and got to thank him for his suggestion and encouragement back on Marty Supreme. The background players were invited to a special early screening of the film at the Japan Society building in Manhattan. We got to demo the hard bats for a Japanese YouTuber and hear the panel discussion including Josh Safdie and Koto Kawaguchi. After the panel, we took a nice press photo with the background players, Koto, and some film fans. Thanks for following my brief journey in the acting world. And when you're watching your next movie, be sure to take a peek in the background. There might be some pretty cool people hiding back there. Thanks for watching.